Hello, everybody. So tonight I was going to talk about Nha Trang, Vietnam. It's pretty close to Ho Chi Minh City, and actually, it's one of the most affordable places in all of Southeast Asia to travel to right now. So, certainly, Da Nang, Vietnam is pretty popular. A lot of people know about that. And then Nha Trang, also being another coastal city right in Vietnam, that's very interesting. So, whether you're trying to do business in Vietnam or you're trying to just travel there for fun, this is definitely a place to know about. A lot of people are traveling over to Bangkok, Hong Kong, Manila, Taiwan, and Japan, but really Vietnam is one of the cheapest and most exciting new places to travel to in Southeast Asia. So I wanted to cover this discussion pretty carefully. You can see that flights are about $100 to $200 to most other cities in Southeast Asia, and this is from Nha Trang, Vietnam. So you can see some of the popular flights: Denpasar, Bali, Indonesia, Phuket being 110, Bangkok $61, Da Nang being $66, Hanoi being $40, and Ho Chi Minh City being just $32. So some pretty interesting flights to look at. And I wanted to kind of look at the population map first so you can kind of see what all's going on in Southeast Asia. This map really kind of surprised me just to see kind of the way in which Ho Chi Minh City works. So it's actually the largest city, but actually it's not even really on the main delta of the Mekong River. It's kind of on the north side of the delta, so it actually doesn't get the main part of the river flow as you see in other cities in Cambodia. But it's very interesting to see this. The other really interesting thing to see about Vietnam is it's basically divided up. The Himalayan mountain range is so huge, but then when you look at the details, you start to see there's actually a separate mountain range right here and right here in Vietnam. And then here you can see more of the Mekong River Delta kind of coming out to this peninsula here into Cambodia. But there's actually this other mountain range over here. So this makes for very beautiful land because there's so many little islands. You can start to see some of those islands on that map there. And basically I just wanted to dive into the city. Let's zoom out a little bit so you can see where we're at. But there's actually quite a lot of other cities in the area with beaches. There's basically this one down here in the south, this one here in the north, but the main area being right in here. So it actually is quite peaceful and nice compared to Ho Chi Minh City. You can see there's quite a lot of suburban sprawl heading out to here, and it actually heads to that south city right there more than Nha Trang, which is kind of this middle city between here, and then that's Nha Trang right there. So hopefully this will kind of give you some ideas. And then here you can kind of see where Nha Trang is. You can see this whole river delta here heading out. Let me get into the actual diagrams that I've already diagrammed out so you can see. So basically that is Nha Trang right here. You can see these very beautiful islands all the way around the coast here, and then there's this one main island that you can see kind of coming in here off of the Nha Trang city, and then the beachfront being right along here. There is some really spectacular views that I've been looking at. So there's, if you want to do street view, you can definitely look at street view. There's some kind of cool shots right by the bridge. They have a new building that they're building right there. But let me just go through all this really quickly. So this is a Wikimapia, and it kind of shows some of the major roads. You can see that it definitely goes out into the suburbs here along this river, river valley. And that river valley, there's basically this river valley right here, but there's actually a bigger river valley south of here. But sometimes just because it's a bigger river valley doesn't necessarily mean better beaches. Sometimes with floodplains, it's not actually a nice beach. You kind of need some mountainous areas to be a nice beach, so it has pretty little hills in the background. And then here you can see more of where Nha Trang is. and then kind of how these river systems work along there. And then this is the shipping routes along the waterfront here. So if you are doing business with Nha Trang, you would definitely need to look at the shipping routes. And then a lot of that electricity is actually coming out of Ho Chi Minh City. And you can see some of these electric generators kind of on the coast here. So actually Nha Trang doesn't really have a whole lot of power supply to that region. So it is kind of very affordable, but electricity might be a weird thing there. And then you can see the population if you do fly into other cities like Bangkok, Ho Chi Minh City, or Hanoi. It's actually a lot more populated than Nha Trang, and you can see even Da Nang is probably even more populated than as you get further up the coast. It actually gets more populated here, and then kind of gets less populated, and then gets into Halong Bay, which is also another really interesting area to check out, but they don't have an airport. So the reason I covered this one is mainly because the flights were so cheap, and the beach, basically the airport's right on the beach there. So you can see kind of this is the airport right here on the whole city. Kind of get an idea. So there's quite a lot of suburban areas back into the hills there. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the study of Nha Trang. It's definitely one of the coolest cities in Southeast Asia. I definitely look at all these maps carefully, and you can kind of get some ideas about how the city really works. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the study. Thanks so much.